Thanks, Matt. I'm in the kitchen with Chef Tom from the Irishman, and I'm so excited about this dish today. I look at all the ingredients, and it's some of my favorite things. So go ahead and tell us what we'll be making.
Well, it's going to be a filet. We're going to sear it off. We're going to put a little, some dry Italian herb on there, kind of sear that off, put that in the oven, finish that, and then basically just saute a little bit of capicola, a little bit of prosciutto here. We have some mushrooms, spinach, and then I'm going to make a rice pilaf, kind of an Italian-themed rice pilaf. We're going to put a little pepper in there. Again, some fresh basil, some Italian herbs. And then when we're finished with the steak and all the toppings, we're going to top it with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. And
a little bit of mozzarella.
Well,
it just looks like there's a little
Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to put a smaller amount out here, but you don't want to bring too little, you know, so
no,
make sure you have too much, right?
No.
And we'll be making, I don't want to give away the second helping, but it'll probably be a factor in the second helping as well, so, you know. That's good. So
I'll look forward to that.
Yes.
And I want to talk about a couple events that you have going on. Actually, tonight is remembering the Glen Park Casino and Inferno that you guys have going on. And the doors open at 4:30 to VIP ticket holders, correct?
Right.
And that'll be going on. And then you also were saying that there's an after party tonight, so if you don't get the VIP tickets, there's also that you can come down to the Irishman for.
Yeah, I believe it opens up to the public at a certain point as well, like the art show and everything, everything that's going on. There's going to be bands tonight and everything, and then we have our after party, yeah. So we encourage everyone to come out. It's always a good party at the Irishman.
It's a big weekend in Williamsville for sure, because you guys have the art festival. And just a little bit more about tonight. It's going to be catered by Applewood Cafe. You guys are going to have live music throughout the evening. There are limited amount of VIP tickets. You can purchase them for $20 in advance, $30 at the door. And there'll be a cash beer and wine garden by the pizza plant and food court, and it'll all be provided with those tickets there. So make sure to check it out. It sounds like a good time, and we'll talk more about the after party coming up a little bit later on.
Sounds good.
Excited to get this started. Is this a pretty time-consuming?
That's really not too bad. We'll start the rice pilaf next. That's probably what's going to take the longest, and then we're just going to saute off the steak, let that cook, let that rest, and then basically saute the final components of it.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. But for now, we're going to send it on over to Emily Lenhan.
We're just talking about what's going on tonight at the Irishman. Stuff always going on there. Just go there
Lots
and have
of stuff
dinner.
Going on. That's right. That's
Something
right.
doesn't have to be going on, but there is. We'll talk about that in the longer cooking segment. Okay, we're making our filet. Seasoning it?
I'm seasoning the filet itself right now, heating up a saute pan. You know, I'd like to sear off the steak and then kind of finish it in the oven. So I'll start that, and then we're also going to start the rice pilaf. I've made many variations of this on here.
And it's always good. Each variation is good. And I have to say real quick, for the curtain up, I was listening to that saying, when is curtain up? It's if you're watching September 14th. Great event. You should definitely go to it. Okay, back to our filet here. So we put the rice on.
Yes, I'm putting the rice in, 2-to-1 chicken stock to the actual rice.
Okay.
That's the easy way to remember, is always 2-to-1 with that. And then I'm just going to take some of my peppers and onions here and just throw those.
And put it right in.
Just let all the flavor cook right in.
Okay.
Maybe a little pinch of garlic in there.
Why not?
A little salt and pepper, and of course some butter, because, well, you know, butter is good, and butter makes everything taste better. So. And then we're going to basically bring that to a boil, then cover it and let it simmer, and then kind of let all the water reduce out and everything absorb.
Okay.
So
I have to say at home I have a butter, an unsalted butter, and a salted butter, and if I'm feeling really bad, I use the salted butter.
Yeah, you know,
crazy.
When Sarah shops, she gets the unsalted, I get the salted. It's one of those things. It's a battle, you know, like 2%, 1% milk. These are things.
So it depends on
Kind of depends on taste. I don't know. I like the salt, of course. Salted butter is a little bit better. But.
And of course in Williamsville this weekend there's the Glen Park Art Festival, so you know you can head out to Williamsville, check that out, go to the Irishman and the Casino and Inferno, which is happening on August 2nd. We'll talk more about that in the long cooking. I'll look over that. We'll get back to that. Oh, there's the information on your screen. So that is again Friday, August 2nd. This doors are going to be opening at 7:30. You can get VIP tickets. Those are at 4:30. VIP pre-sale tickets are $20, $30 at the door, so save $10. Get them earlier. And you can get them at the Irishman. So stop in, get some food, get an appetizer, and get your VIP tickets to that event on August 2nd. So, okay. It looks like it doesn't take long to do this filet at all. You just want to get a nice sear on it?
Basically a nice sear on it, throw it in the oven, and then basically from there I'm just going to be chopping up the mushrooms, spinach, and the Italian meats, kind of sauteing those off, and just finishing the steak with it. So this is a pretty basic one. This is one people could definitely attempt to do at home.
Okay, well we're going to finish it in our long cooking segment, but now we're going to send things over to Emily. Hey, Emily. And welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Chef Tom. Quickly want to say I had the date wrong on the Glen Park Casino and Inferno. That's actually tonight. But you can still go to the Irishman and get tickets for that event. It is going to be on Glen Avenue. Now, it's not catered by the Irishman. It's catered by Applewood Cafe, but you can still go to the Irishman after for the after party. Of course, always a fun event. The VIP tent opens at 4:30. All the information is right there on your screen, and I'm sure if you have more questions, Maria at the Irishman wouldn't mind answering them for you. Okay, we're back in the kitchen with Chef Tom. Get us up to speed. What are we doing now?
Okay, well, we have the steak that's pretty close in there that we seared off that's finishing in. The oven was up to 350. Probably give that about 10 minutes, you know, depending on temperature, of course. You can always do it longer if you want it to a medium well.
Okay.
I've got that going. And I'm basically just starting to saute off some onions, spinach, the capicola, and the prosciutto here. We're going to all saute it.
Ooh, yummy. And you can get this dish at the Irishman.
Yeah, we're going to be featuring it, I believe, tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, perfect, because this weekend, also in Williamsville, is the Glen Park Art Festival. That's not only tomorrow, but Sunday as well. Times are generally from about 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. There's the event for that on your screen. Live music. There's going to be local artisans. One of them, Sarah's dad, who is a photographer.
Yes, he's going to have his photos up. They're very, very good. I saw his stand at the Lancaster Art Festival last week, so he's got a very nice setup. So definitely come out and check him out.
Are you going to be working this weekend?
Of course I'm going to be working. I'm going to be back and forth, probably at the restaurant, but I'm sure I'll be over there at the art show a little bit as well.
Absolutely. So. Okay, so we have our mushrooms in, and I don't know. I like this dish too. Emily was saying she loves all the ingredients. I think my favorite is the prosciutto. I don't know. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that, no. I'm going to saute that off, try to crispen that off last. Once I get my mushrooms sauteed off here, I'm just going to kind of get everything going, and then we'll saute that off, and then we'll top the steak with it. And we'll do the spinach last, you know, to kind of wilt that last.
Right.
I have a little bit of white wine here I'm going to add as soon as this gets a little bit closer, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. And also, I mean, there's always so much stuff going on at the Irishman. There's music on Main that's going to be August 2nd. It's the Lucky Break Band. So, you know, weather permitting, you can head out on the patio and listen to some live music. I know you guys set up even extra tables because there are so many people that go.
Yes, we have the additional seating. A lot of people show up. It's always a good event, always a good time.
And I frequent the Irishman as often as I can, and I have to say the staff does an excellent job at handling all of the extra people. You're not ever really waiting around, you know, you're just taken care of.
Yeah, they do a good job. They do a good job taking care of everything, and, you know, sometimes you may have to wait a little bit for a patio table, but for the most part, it's going to be quick. You know, you can go to the bar, have a drink, and when it opens up.
And then once you're seated, Once you're seated
there, once you get the seat, then you're in. Then you're good to go.
Listen to the music all night and enjoy the weather. Okay, so we poured our white wine in.
Yep, and I'm just going to continue sauteing, cook that out a little bit, and I guess I'll saute off some of this right now.
Okay.
Got the capicola, the prosciutto. We'll do that in the same pan, just kind of crisping those off a little bit. And
I have to admit, like, I'll put prosciutto in a pan. I never cook meat of any type. I'm not a vegetarian. I just don't cook it. Maybe I should give it a try.
Yeah, you know, you should. Prosciutto, when you cook it, it kind of gets a little bit of gets a little crisp to it. It kind of gets a nice flavor to it. So it's, you should try it. I mean, I usually you do see these on cold, like in a cold Italian sub, but cooking them off generally works pretty well. So. And the rice pilaf, as you can see, I've capped off here.
Oh,
this should be just about good to go.
And that 2-to-1 ratio is good because you don't want your rice to kind of get like soggy and get that where it kind of like falls apart.
Right. If you overcook it, it's gonna kind of fall apart. You're not gonna like the consistency of it. I got a little bit of water left in there, so I may just kind of finish that right now.
Okay.
As you can see, the meats are starting to crispen up here.
Is rice one of those things where you just kind of let it sit? You don't want to mess around with it too much?
Yeah, basically, usually once you bring it to a boil and kind of turn it down, you want to just cap it and just let it go. And you'll kind of, when the water's gone, you can tell that's when it's done. And you generally want to, if you're going to eat it right away, that's good. Or if not, you want to cool it because the rice will overcook. So,
okay.
So.
I think rice is difficult. I cheat and use a rice cooker. That's okay, right?
Yeah. So let me grab a different pair of
Okay. And I wish we had smell-o-vision because at home right now, the filet just smells awesome.
Yeah.
Smells like a good juicy steak.
Yep, and as you can see, this is, we've cooked that. It's probably about medium right now.
Okay.
I'm going to turn off the heat on this, and I'll just kind of show you how I'm going to top this. The prosciutto and everything on top. And actually, we're going to saute the spinach off. I decided I'm kind of put a bed of the mushrooms and onions over the rice pilaf.
So this is going to be a special this weekend at the Irishman. And also, you know, so much food there. You guys have your pizzas. You make the dough
We do. We have our homemade pizza doughs, all the dressings and desserts we make in-house. Basically, we don't cheat on anything. We do everything in house. You know, it's more than just Irish food. There's a lot of options for you to come in. So, a lot of variety.
And
right,
I don't know if you saw at home, but Chef Tom put the mozzarella cheese on top of that, and
the mozzarella.
wow, looks
yes.
delicious.
Yes,
Ooh, is this the finished product?
That will be the finished product. I've kind of started one a little early, you know, just to make sure we had something here.
There we go.
The spinach and mushrooms are that's a nice consistency there. Maybe a little bit of salt and pepper mix we'll put in at the end. I usually kind of salt that at the end.
Okay.
But we've got a mix of basil and oregano there. So as you can see, we'll just kind of put the rice pilaf on the bottom.
Okay. We're going to see how quick you can do this.
I'll see what I can do.
Music's playing in my ear.
Uh-oh,
it's
music's
like Jeopardy
playing.
music. Not really. Okay.
Mushrooms, onions,
Beautiful.
and steak on top.
Oh, that looks amazing. Awesome. Well, when we come back after break in 2 minutes, I'll be doing the weather, and then Emily will be back in the kitchen with our second helping. And this steak, we're going to let it sit and then cut into it, because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
That's right.
All right.
I'm back in the kitchen with Chef Tom from the Irishman, and we are about ready to get started on our second helping. I'm excited for this. The steak is phenomenal, by the way. So what do we got going?
Well, I'm basically taking some of the same meats that I've just kind of chopped up, the capicola and the prosciutto, and I'm just going to, this is one of our homemade pizza doughs. I believe I've done it on the show. If you want to check out wingingit.tv, we have the recipe for it up there.
Nice thin crust.
Yes, we do a nice thin crust, and I have a little garlic oil mixture here that we're just going to, and we usually do a variation of, we either do pizzas with red sauce or we'll do like a garlic oil sauce like this. And we'll start with that, and a little bit of the prosciutto. We have a little bit of our mushrooms. Grab some tongs. Oops. Sorry.
I stole them, I think.
Some mushrooms and spinach. Basically all the same components. And obviously you could pre-buy a pizza crust at the store or whatever, buy something like that if you're making this at home.
Like a boboli or something?
Yeah, something like that. I believe they have the pre-mades and pre-cooked and everything. So something like that will work. A little more meat. And we have peppers.
So while you add that on, I'm just going to remind people, music on Main at the Irishman on August 2nd is the Lucky Break Band, but tonight is Remembering the Glen Park Casino and Inferno, and doors open at 5:30 to VIP ticket holders. You can still get VIP tickets, but they may run out, so hurry to get those. You guys will also be having some after hours, the after party for the event coming up tonight as well.
That's right.
So you can stay at the Irishman till 1 o'clock, it sounds like. And also the Glen Park Art Festival, if we want to take a look at this flyer here, maybe. It's going on this weekend on Saturday and Sunday.
It is.
I know you're excited for this. We've been
very
talking about it for a while.
We have been. We've been hyping it up for a while. It's going to be a good time. We invite everyone to come out.
All right, that
We're
sounds
gonna have food.
awesome.
It's going to be good.
So the pizza's cooking in there. We're going to bring Amelia in. I know she can't wait to try the steak either. There's, I think, one steak knife, so we'll have to share.
Oh, we can share.
Yes.
What's a steak knife between friends?
Exactly, that's right.
This looks so delicious. Chef Tom, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Have
as
a good
always.
weekend.
You too. Thank
We'll
you.
hope for nice weather on Sunday. Patio is going to be packed.
Of course, we always hope for nice weather. Good times.
Okay, coming up Monday on Winging It Buffalo Style, we're going to kick off our Star Athlete Week. We're going to celebrate all of the amazing athletes here in Western New York. Anything about the Olympics is amazing to me, so stick around for that.
We're really fortunate. Plus, we will follow CW star Matt down the side of the Seneca Niagara, so make sure to tune in for that on Monday. Thanks for watching.